Governor Gutierrez, when you were a senator, did anything like this ever happen where you erroneously put an amendment in that somehow became law, or have you seen this type of thing before, basically?
You mean the engrossed bill being wrong? The
Yeah.
engrossed bill that they voted on being wrong and not caught?
Yes, sir.
I don't remember any coming out of our, at least I was speaker for like 2 terms, right? And that one I know in the 17th and 18th, there was nothing like that ever went over to the governor's office or even voted upon on the floor of the legislature that someone missed, or maybe all missed, but I suspect that this is maybe providential. A lot of people here on Guam are probably praying that something like this will happen, because they certainly feel, and I also feel with them that they certainly deserve to be given war reparations, and deadlines shouldn't lock them out. And that's why at one point when I was out with the community, that I said that if ever I was in a position, that I will take that original list of certified people that have gone through the war, that deserve war reparations, initiated primarily by Senator Cecilia Bamba, Chilang Bamba. We went out, and that list was very, very comprehensive, sent to the U.S. Congress, sent to the Interior. And they were already saying that these are the people. Remember, that's 40-some years ago. Yeah. And with that in mind, I said that I think the first thing I would do is to make right, and to give the people, if someone is going to get it, like we have been getting it right now, that those people that have qualified way back then, that was the list that should use. And with this $150 million, possible $150 million mistake, I think that the administration, this is from my own personal opinion, and from the fact that I've been on top of this issue way back since, that they compromise and say, let's take back that list from Cecilia Bamba, and let's figure out how to pay everyone, because that way maybe you can start to bring the community together. Man, I'm telling you that it's just not right, as far as I'm concerned, that arbitrary dates put in just before a passage of federal law should knock a lot of people out. And so maybe, like I said, it's providential. Maybe this is the mistake that should have been caught, but somehow somebody from upstairs blinded everybody.
Yeah, God made everyone Khitan so they didn't see it.
Yeah, make them all Khitan on this one.
Gotcha. Okay, let's get into tourism now, Gov. So what is the status here with I want to just say everything with tourism, because I have no idea what's going on. Where are we at right now in terms of getting the visitors to come back?
Well, as we said, that the Korea market, and I have Colleen Cabito here with me, who is the marketing manager for Korea, and the fact that on November 15th, there's going to be about 4 or 5 of us that are going to go there to begin the process of finding a good travel lane, expeditious kind of semi-bubble to start bringing them back. And we have a new person there named Jay that has taken over the marketing leadership there. And he is very, very optimistic that between now and coming up to next September 30th, that we would be getting in pretty close to 4.5 million people from Korea itself. And with that saying, in Korea in mind, that I have been requested by the Minister of Tourism and the Ngirai Matul, and the president of Palau, Surango Whips Jr., President Surango Whips Jr., that they want to also tap into the Korea market. But I agree that there probably needs to be some kind of a link with Guam to be able to sustain that kind of a travel destination line. And so I will bring the matter when I sit down with Korea Airlines particularly, because I think they used to fly to Palau. but I want to also get into those more the lower, you know, fare carriers like Jin Air, Jeju, T-Way, Busan, and see whether we can, in fact, put together a that kind of an organization, some kind of something that does not go against the fifth freedom rights of airlines. The best one here to step into the picture, though, is United Airlines. Since they used to fly to Korea, I'm trying to figure out there's no restrictions for them to fly from Korea to Guam, pick up passengers here, go to Palau, Palau back to Guam, pick up passengers here, and go back to Korea. That's the most logical airline to be able to do this project together with Palau. So I'm going to bring that possibility there so that we can have a sustained number of tourists coming to Guam. And Guam wins out here. Remember this, we went out saying that we want to bring back the not only cultural centric idea to GVB, but to also bring the region of Micronesia in. And that's how the Continental Air Micronesia started in the first place. And that has gone to the wayside when United picked it up away from Continental. So we want to bring that back and bring the region in. But in the meantime, we'll start with Palau, who's ready to receive tourists. They have a certain number of rooms that they can handle. The other parts of Micronesia are just not ready yet with hotels, etc., and other amenities.
That's interesting, Gov. So you're basically saying that we're going to be working in tandem with Palau to attract Korean visitors? Is that what you're saying? So we're not considering them competition?
That's correct. Now, it does well for us because we become the hub anyway. It's going to help the airport here, the Guam International Airport Authority, and the movement of airlines. You know, we're trying to do this as well with the Philippines. You know, you got the Air Asia right now out of the Philippines, and they already have their rights to start flying to Guam. They've been making overtures with us, and they're just waiting for the lifting of some of the restrictions so that you'll have 3 airlines serving the Philippines, and they fly from the south to the north. They fly from I think 17 different destinations, and maybe 7 of them are international airports. So, but Palau, we need to have some kind of a link up with other airlines and other destinations to make Guam and Palau particularly. I think Palau maybe needs us more than you know, but certainly it's going to be very helpful to infuse some capital back into Guam.
Wow.
Hi, Gov. I was wondering if you had anything to say about the LEAP program, the one that was signed by the governor via executive order.
The what program?
LEAP. The 25
local employment assistance program. This is the 25 million from ARP, and then the senators are going to go find 25 million from the general fund to put it together to support tourism-related businesses and their workers.
Oh yes, well of course we've been also pushing for. I forgot what they called it eventually, but yes, we have been very much pushing for it for our local optional tours. Those businesses and I understand that in bringing back some more information, they need a lot more than that. Maybe they need up to $75 million to start making this thing work. But that's what we need to salvage. We need to save that because that's what's going to have our tourists when they come back continue to see these optional tours. And if we wait any longer, they might just fade away. And so that's very important. Mm-hmm. I know there are, restaurants would want some, but, the restaurants aren't going to go away very quickly. Others will pop up, but optional tours and those kinds of tours where you only have so many places you can go to and many other things to do here in the ocean, you need them. You need what we have right now. The Sea Walker thing down there and the the fish eye. They really need to be able to sustain and keep themselves up because there's equipment there that they need to be able to keep moving and not put into any idle state where they go into disrepair.
Well, thanks, Gov. You got a big meeting coming up, right? What's that about?
A big meeting coming up?
Yeah,
no, not my regular managers meeting. that's what we have on Mondays, and we have a really good crew here that are going to start reporting. I'm telling you, they work through the weekends, and so we all gather all this information, and then we come back and put our heads together. And right now we're working very closely with what Senator San Agustin is going to hopefully give us money to do some of these areas in Guam that needs to be taken care of. Most are in disrepair. We're putting up more lights. We're outbidding right now for lights to be maintained. And with that, we also bring in supplies and materials to store in case those traffic posts, those light posts that get knocked down occasionally. There's about 4 or 5 that are, there's no poles there because it costs so much to bring them in. And so we're going to store it, and Public Works has agreed to have us store it. We're working on a long-range vision right now. The governor has given us a vision on how to move forward to reimagine Guam the way it was back since the 70s, and we're working on that closely. And I'm pretty sure when she unveils it, that the general public, the businesses, will really love to see a new Guam take a leap from the past.
Gov, are they doing the Christmas lights display this year?
I don't know about the Christmas lights, but we are going to do fireworks and drone, and so we're going to do that from GBB. The governor asked us to do that, and we're going to do something to just get the people again, kind of hyped up and get them into the spirit that this is not going to last forever. As you said last time, this too shall pass, right?
Yeah, Gov.
I'm not afraid.
Gov, are you still the permit czar or what?
Yeah, but right now we are trying to figure out how to get. There's a log jam somewhere, and that log jam is SHPO, and the Attorney General is involved in this thing. People are looking at their responsibility and to what extent they can make people pay for what they want, and I think that's going to be resolved hopefully soon, so that when you tell me that I have to go dig up $100,000 worth of area to look for bones, then you should pay for it. That I stand on that firmly. You make me do something because I have under the Organic Act property rights that I can develop. You can't stop me from doing that, and I think that's the way it's going to come out eventually. And once you solve that, then the permitting czar is pretty much superfluous at this point, because that's really where it ends up to die.
Got it. So they changed that, and then you could take off your czar hat and go back to tourism. Got it.
That's right.
Thank you, Gov.
Thanks, Gov.
Okay, thank you.
Right on. There you go. Former Governor Carl Gutierrez.
Wait.
Yes.
You cannot
wait,
let
Gov,
him
go ahead.
go.
I'm sorry. You always end with something, Gov.
What was that? I'm sorry, I missed something.
Yeah, you always end with something that you say before.
Oh, yes. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Monday. And I see you up there smiling all the time. You guys are still the one all the time. Thank you.
Thank you,
there we go. I don't know if that picked him up or is getting off the phone with us. Big smiles there. 9:37. Let's keep it in the KUAM News Zoom room where we have Speaker Therese Terlahi is now joining us here on the link in the link Zoom room. Good morning, Madam Speaker. Thanks for joining us. Should I take a break? Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with Speaker Therese Terlahi. Okay.
Oh, there she is.
Right on.
All right, good to go.
Okay. Good morning, Madam Speaker. Thanks for joining us. Okay, let's take a break.
Oh, she just needs
We're going to take a break. We're coming back with the speaker next right here on the link. Good morning.
The relationship between Guam and...
Join KUAM every Wednesday on Primetime for Inside Business. It's our new weekly segment featuring the struggle of Guam